Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hello.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. Plenty to talk about, so we're going to get right into it. Micah, you watched this is the new Quantum Leap series?
Yeah, I watched the first episode of Quantum Leap. It's not a reboot. It's a sequel to the one that came on 30 years ago. 30 years ago.
Has it been that long? Jesus Christ. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
And because they make reference to like Sam Beckett and Al, and yeah, so it stars this dude. I forget the actor's name. I forget the character's name also.
Oh wow, good. This is great.
Yeah, the show's kind of forgettable. But it's
Mr.
but
Leap.
it is Quantum Leap, and in the first episode, it has like Quantum Leap was always like a monster of the week, like a story of the week. Like all of them were like bottle episodes, with a very very loose maybe this will be the leap home, right? He never got back. Sam never got back, and in this series, the main dude he's on a team that is working on Quantum Leap. So apparently, because this is a sequel series, and they say, oh yeah, we weren't able to get Sam Beckett, like he never made it back home. So we decided we're just going to start this failed experiment up again, which is really like weird, right? Like
Yeah, very weird.
Like you could have just, I don't know.
Who volunteers for that? Like, who's the
Right.
guy? Like, that's crazy.
Right. But it opens where this dude, he's about to he's at this party with his new fiance, and then all of a sudden he gets a call and he leaves, and then he just goes and leaps, and nobody knows why he did it. And the rest of the team, the people in the chair, have to they eventually make contact with him, and he can't remember anything. And now it's, just regular Quantum Leap. And in the first episode, he leaps into a guy in the 80s who's about to like rob a bank. And, it's the Quantum Leap premise. You got to figure out what to do to change history to save a person's life or whatever. Right. Quantum Leap just does not give a fuck about the butterfly effect, right? Like, let's just change history. Let's just change all of history to save one person.
Well, and it's funny because, like, if I recall, like, there are certain things in history, like, they couldn't change. Because there was, like, a very, very famous Quantum Leap episode where he leaps into, like, basically it's, like, right before the JFK assassination. And, like, he tries to...
I thought you were going to talk about the other famous Quantum Leap episode.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. No, that's unacceptable. Yo.
It's like I'm Herschel Walker.
Yeah. That is one of the most insane clips. But it's just the times, right? Because that's like
80s.
It's like the 80s,
yeah.
and like that term was
pretty effective,
used.
But like, can't be
And he just turns. And he's like, "Huh?" And you're like, "Come on, come on." It's a wild moment. So if you don't know that Quantum Leap clip, it's best you don't know. Like it's just best you don't know. It's not hard to look up. But it's a wild clip. But there's a moment where he like leaps into, I think he leaps into like Lee Harvey Oswald's body at one point. It was like a big special episode, I think. And so he'd like, well, I'm gonna not do it. But then like right as he's about to not go and take the shot or not take the shot or whatever, he then leaps again and he leaps into somebody close to JFK, like right next to him, like a bodyguard or something. And like so he tries to prevent it, but it doesn't work. Like so, like it's kind of weird that like there are certain parts of history you can change and others you can't.
So significant events in history he can't fuck with.
I guess that's sort of the rules. I don't know.
Or
that's how the show works, right? That's not really a rule.
That's a real big cop out, Quantum Leap. That's a real big cop out. Like, just don't have them leap into someone that's about to kill a dignitary or something, right? But look, it is Quantum Leap. If you like, it's Quantum Leap, just like overproduced, right? Like, it's got that NBC.
It's NBC. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's got that NBC like just overproduction where everything is a little too clean and everything is a little too fake, right? Like it's so, but it is Quantum Leap. So if you like that and you watch TV and you just like have nothing else to watch, it's not bad. It's just not like appointment television.
Yeah. Okay. That doesn't seem like anything I need.
Oh, you know what? I was wrong. No. There was a change to the original history in that episode. Never mind. So there you go. No butterfly effect as you change a world leader from being murdered. That's silly. Yeah. I mean, look, I liked Quantum Leap. I used to watch it all the time 30 years ago as a kid. Jesus. I liked it. I also liked Magnum PI, like back in the day too. Both of those reboots give me zero interest. Like, they look overproduced. Like,
about Magnum.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. Like, I think that's the problem. A lot of people were just like, I don't really give a shit. And it's not because that dude's Latin. I'm okay with that. It's just weird.
They had a Latin Magnum PI?
Yeah, like Los Magnum. El Magnum. I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. So either way, it did not look good. It looked overproduced, which is unfortunate.
I honestly don't think I've heard of this. I'm looking at the the cover of it. No, I don't think I did. I didn't know this existed.
Again, I don't think a lot of people did. A lot of people did. Yeah.
It was on for 4 seasons? God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magnum PI.
Yeah.
What the fuck was it on? CBS.
Probably.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'll never see it.
I think the other one was on CBS.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
Yeah, Roger Mosley was on that show. The black dude from the original Magnum PI, he's on that new show. That's crazy.
He
That's insane.
Just died last month.
Yeah. Damn. They should have just canceled the show right then. Next up, we watched Vengeance. This is the BJ Novak written and I think directed as well and starring film. It's on Hulu about a guy. Of course, all three of us watched this. It's about a podcaster who ends up being entangled in this situation where a woman he hooked up with dies of an opioid overdose, but her brother thinks that she was murdered. So in order to pitch an idea to Issa Rae, who plays like a woman who runs like the top podcast in the country, like a serial type thing, he wants to pitch a show to her. And so he pitches this idea of, while he's at this woman's funeral, like investigating her murder because everybody around there believes in conspiracy theories. I didn't finish it. I haven't finished it, but you guys did. What were your thoughts?
Terrence.
I enjoyed it. It's a little on the nose towards the end, but it's good. Yeah, he wrote and directed it. It's on Peacock, by the way.
I'm sorry, Peacock. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he wrote and directed it. It sounds like he listens to a lot of podcasts, because the writing of this, the writing on this show, on this movie, when he's like talking into his phone, it sounds like every murder mystery podcast you could possibly listen to, and it's incredibly. It's like it's gross. Like when he's talking, it's disgusting.
Dead white girl, the holy grail of murder podcasts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's 100% true. But like the phrases he's using, it's a good movie. It's like, again, it's a little cliched and on the nose towards the end, but it also kind of shines a light on how we are as a culture. Like we love this shit, but at the same time, this shit affects a lot of people.
Right.
Like it affects real people. But then again, like it's exploiting people. But then again, Adnan just got released from prison.
Right. Like it's hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
So it's
you got you got to respect the medium for that. Like
yeah,
it's kind of a big deal. What did you think, Micah?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I took something slightly different from it that not about the podcasting, but like I feel like everyone who lives in a coastal city should probably watch this just to kind of realize that like flyover states, like those people are like very, 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 very misinformed. But they're still people.
I thought you were going to say underestimated. Like you're like misinformed. Like God damn.
I mean, I don't want to call them dumb, right? Like just because they have a southern accent.
You can pin that on me. I'll bet you. No, I know what you're about to say, and I got that too. But like, I just found it was that's kind of bullshit. I mean, they're just people, but to me, I was like, I know, but like, still, like,
yeah,
you're not that fucking like. Are you that dumb?
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not buying it. I don't care. I know your message. I know the message you're trying to send, but I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to like those people know who they vote for, right? Like they know, right?
If they thought it, it happened. I'm saying
that at best we can agree to disagree and just like never talk to each other. That's all. Is
that what you got out of it? We should never talk to each other.
We could just agree to disagree and just never talk about anything meaningful. You know what I mean? Like when I go down to Florida, I go down to Florida and I meet and I talk to her friends and her friends' husbands who are like cops and guitar center managers.
See, I see that as Micah. That's I imagine when Micah has to go to those little dinners or whatever. It's like that scene in like Lakeview Terrace when they're all sitting out there and Sam Jackson is there. It's like Micah's like, oh, that's interesting. And he's like, oh, is it? You want to do a ride along? Like, no, I don't. Why? Why don't you come on downtown? I'll show you a good time. Like, no, I'm good. I don't actually want to go down there at all. Like,
how many of them are cops?
Say what?
How many of them are cops down there?
All of them.
At least two of her friends' husbands are cops.
Two,
and they look like it too, right? like very overweight, like neck, like neck's a little too thick, right? But not like muscular thick neck, just like
I'm gonna shoot you because I don't feel like running kind of thing.
Because I can't run to get you.
Right. So you
stop right there.
The ones that got their time in. They've been on the floor for some time.
Fucking crew cuts and shit. Right. Like
as a black
basically
dude?
Like no, they're white. She don't have black friends down there. She got a bunch of white friends down there. Ain't too many black people in Port Orange, Florida. Where she's from, but yeah, like it's
2 strikes on me. God damn! Fuck! I don't want to.
That's 2 strikes.
I would be miserable, yo.
It's the things you love, Terrence. It's the things you do for love. That's what happened. That's how you know. That's how you know that like we're meant to be.
Yeah, right. Shit. Hey, let's hang out. Like, I don't think so. I don't want to get shot.
My friends are white. Strike 1. Go on. They're all cops. All right. Is this a joke?
We'll stay in a fucking hotel and play Switch. I don't need this.
Have fun. Look, I support you. I love you. I don't like dumb niggas. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, no, but I'll finish Vengeance. I started watching it too late, but I did like what's his name? Yeah, that dude. I liked him a lot, like as the brother. I thought he was fun. It was playing a fun game.
It's very entertaining. I liked it a lot, but I just was like, I don't buy your message. Like, I'm not white. Fuck you. That's basically what I got.
It feels very much like
Kumbaya.
hey, this is like hey, white people, like we can get along, but we can get along to hate others together, right? Like others don't factor into any of it, right? It's purely like hey, you're on this side of the political aisle, I'm on this side of the political aisle, but we can kind of we have common ground when a white girl winds up dead, right? Like now we can come together. Right?
I mean, that is, not to make it like too hyper serious for a second, but like that is like a thing that white cinema often doesn't realize, and it like they wonder why that shit doesn't kind of resonate with minorities when it's like, we're from different worlds, but we can get along, and we're like, yeah, that'd be cool if it was just political views, like, but it's not. Like our actual skin color is the dividing issue. So like that's not something people get over. So but yeah, no, I hear you. There you go.
I'm reminded of a old Chris Rock joke where it was basically like, black people don't like white people, right? Like we ain't got time to divide y'all up into groups and shit. Like here's I'm a liberal and I'm a conservative and I'm this and I'm that. Like no, we don't trust white people. Until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the safest bet if you're black in America. Just like, assume the worst and then,
work back from there.
Right.
They do like
one
a
time
justice
out of 40, you
folks.
might get a Brad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you'll get a Brad. You'll probably get a Jack. Right? You'll probably get a Jack. If you're lucky, you'll get a Brad.
Jack's like, what the fuck did I do?
Like, oh shit,
that's funny. It's true though. Next up, the first 3 episodes of Andor are available on Disney Plus.
I only watched 1.
Okay, so we won't do.
I'm not gonna watch the rest of it. Like I can watch the first episode. I'm like, I don't care. But that's
so I've watched all 3. But I won't do any spoilers. The only thing I will say is these first 3 episodes, they were all released at the same time. They all kind of feel like one big episode, more so than like, it's like it would if it was released, as it is being released week to week, where it's like significantly different locations and that sort of thing. These first 3 episodes are all kind of, they're set up, but I don't mean that in a sort of a lame way. I think it's set up quite well, but it is clearly like those 3 episodes are kind of really episode 1. And then things move forward. It's taken really seriously. Like I was expecting a lot lighter feel in some avenues. It's not at all. Like I texted Micah. I was like 10 minutes into it. I'm like, this feels more like Blade Runner than it does Star Wars in a lot of ways. But it's taken very seriously. Like, but we're just getting to the point at the end of this like 3rd episode. Like, okay, now let's talk about you joining the resistance kind of thing, right? So like then shit takes off from there. But I dug it. I thought it was really good. It looks great. Like it really, really looks great. It's a good exploration of that part of the universe. The movies could take a real cue from like this style of or like this aspect of the universe and not just high focusing on just the Jedi and shit.
So the it's interesting you say that the first 3 episodes feel kind of like the first episode, because the first episode, is a bit of a slow burn. It's not a slow burn to the point where it's like I don't know what's going on, but it's taking its time to kind of get where it needs to go.
Oh, definitely.
I do like the feel, the grittiness of it. I think this is a good direction. If you're going to keep revolving around, you know, the Galactic Empire and, you know, the time period around it, right? Like slightly before the Battle of Yavin and slightly after, right? Like, I like the boots on the ground approach that they're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the Jedi stuff is fine, but Star Wars is more than just like, you know, people in robes with laser swords, right? Like,
Right.
and I feel like people could get burnt out if too many Jedi are on screen at one time. And there's never like it, you know, there's never like a bunch of Jedi all over the place, right? There aren't, especially in like this time period. But yeah, I don't want to get burnt out on them. Like, they should be special. They should be like, oh shit, right? Yeah, I like the gritty feel of it. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I've seen like articles where people are like, yo, this is the shot in the arm that Star Wars needed.
It feels
which
different,
is really
man.
good. Yeah, it's really good to
Very
hear.
different. Yeah. I mean, like, where I think, like, when you watch this and then you watch The Mandalorian, like, The Mandalorian feels, and again, you won't really be able to tell where this series is, like, how it really is going to feel until this fourth episode. Like, because then that's when, like, the adventure really fucking starts, right? Where they're kind of getting off planet and shit like that. But, like, The Mandalorian feels a little bit lighter, right? A little bit funner and like, it's like, it's fucking crazy and shit like that. There's more like shoot 'em up laser battles and laser gun battles and shit like that. It's more Western style, right? Where this really does kind of feel like you don't quite know what the style of the show is going to really be yet. But I like what I'm seeing so far, and I do think it gives the Star Wars series like, oh, this shit doesn't have to just be silly. It can actually be quite serious and taken seriously, without overly so. So yeah, I'm digging
it. Dude in the head in the first 3 minutes of the show.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay,
Christ.
so maybe he's just gonna let this guy go away. Nah, yo,
no.
And
And I think that was when I was like, oh, we're not fucking around in this. I was like, okay, like, wow, goddamn. Oh, let me go. We go to say. He was like, that's not how this is gonna go. But yeah, and apparently it has its first curse word in the Star Wars universe too. So,
what, poodoo?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's in episode 1. I think it's in episode 2 or 3. I can't remember. But so yeah. Okay, I'm fine with it. I'm digging it. I thought it was a really good start. All right, let's jump into topics this week.
HER, aka her. I know it's pronounced her. I know it's pronounced her. When you see letters with periods after them, like it's HER, but I know it's pronounced her. Is going to star as Belle in ABC's Beauty and the Beast hybrid live action and animated special. I did not know she was an Academy Award winner. I knew she was a Grammy Award winner.
She won for that's my thing. For what Oscars was that? Not this one, the last year's Oscars. I think it was for what the hell song is that? For I forgot. Damn it!
Oh, it was for a song with, for okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was about to say, like, when I hear Academy Award, I immediately think acting, and I forget that, like, oh yeah, they give them out for songs also.
Yeah, what the hell movie was that?
Which is why a lot of singers.
The Messiah. What was that one?
What else?
About Fred Hampton?
Jump?
No.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
I think she won for the song for that.
Ah, okay. Well, she is going to be playing Belle in an upcoming animated live-action blended special, Beauty and the Beast, a 30th celebration. Okay.
Don't care for this. I don't care.
Yeah, she's not French. Where was everybody when Hermione was cast as Belle in that Beauty and the Beast remake? Like, Hermione's not French.
No, they were too busy. They were too busy shitting on her because they were like, "Yo, this adaptation is garbage." Like, apparently, people hated that adaptation. They hated it. They hated it.
I mean, look, I get it, right? Like, that was Disney's first Academy Award, right? For animated feature, Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah, but like, I also think it was I think that was their first one that they were like, they're going to do a live action adaptation. People were like, "Oh, really?" And then they were like, "I don't care for this. I don't care for any of this. This is
the
bad."
Beauty and the Beast and Jungle Book were the first two, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah. I don't remember Jungle Book.
I heard no one liked Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, no, it got lambasted. People like Jungle Book though.
When your animated film wins the highest award a movie can get, it's kind of hard to follow that up with Hermione Granger like singing poorly. And look, okay, I'm of two minds about this story. One, they picked her, who is Afro-Filipina. I'm of two minds. I think they picked her, and they picked Holly Bailey to play Ariel in Little Mermaid because both of them are real talents and they can sing, right? Like, they can because they're singers,
right?
Yeah,
like they can truly sing with an A, right? But I also think that they're like, remember how conservatives were trying to make us pay $1 billion in Florida, trying to fuck us over? You know what? Fuck you. We're gonna just keep hiring all of these black chicks to play these roles. Like, there's part of it where I'm just like, I see you, Disney. You're not fucking slick, and they're just like, what? What's the problem? Well, we're just picking the singers that are out there. So, look, I love it. Good for them.
Can she act? Is the question. Does she have to act?
There's a live action version to this.
There's fucking dialogue in this movie. Can she act?
I don't know. Well,
because
fucking Hermione Granger could act, and that was fucking trash.
They cast Beyonce as Nala in that.
Nala has. I mean, I forgot called her Nala. Goddamn, Beyonce has been in several movies prior to that one, though.
Sir, don't do that. Sir, don't do that. Don't do that.
But she's a proven actress.
No, she's not.
That can recite lines. Nigga, what are you talking about? Yes, she has been.
Beyonce?
She's proven to be an actress. She was in Dreamgirls.
No, that was Jennifer Hudson.
They were both in it.
Were they? I've never seen Dreamgirls.
I think you guys are missing out on her magnum opus, Obsessed.
It was amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she did beat the brakes off of Ally Landry in that movie.
Yeah, she was in Dreamgirls. She was in Dreamgirls. She was in Cadillac Records. Playing a singer.
She was in that one movie. She was in that one movie that Tiara wants to do, where she was like a preacher's wife or some shit.
Nah, she wanted to do the one with Whitney Houston, right?
Yeah, the preacher's wife.
Yeah, the preacher's wife. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, that was Whitney Houston.
Yeah, that was Whitney Houston.
That movie's fucking 30 years old. Like,
that came out the same year Quantum Leap was on TV.
You know what movie I'm talking about. I'm an old man.
No idea.
I do know what movie you're talking about. I don't know
it's
the
like
name.
The Fighting Temptations or some shit. I don't know.
That is what it's called. The Fighting Temptations. I'm just looking at it.
I don't know.
I've never seen it.
I definitely have never seen it.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, nigga, this cast is amazing. Cuba Gooding Jr. before he went crazy. Beyonce, Steve Harvey, Mike Epps. All right, we might have to do that one.
Your Faith Evans is in there too?
Yeah.
Sounds like a black movie.
Wendell Pierce is in it.
Well, you know.
There's always one piece of corn sticking out the big pile of shit. So,
and actually, Chloe Bailey is in that movie too. Interestingly enough,
as a young Beyonce.
5? What the fuck?
As a young Beyonce, yeah. All right,
she was literally like 5 years old.
Probably played a young Beyonce. Okay. I don't know. I don't actually give a shit about that movie.
I just hope she can act.
all you
Universe.
T-Hawk and Chief Thunder and Nightwolf fans rejoice because Reservation Dogs is being renewed by FX for a third season. Now that it is a proven commodity, I might have to start watching.
Go back.
See, you're not going to throw any sort of respect to the Native Americans. There's 9 of them left. 6 of them on that damn show, and you didn't watch it.
Hey, I said now that it's a proven commodity, I'll go back and watch it. I didn't watch.
The white man says it's okay. I'll watch it.
I didn't watch any of Abbott Elementary, and my wife's been asking me to watch that with her. And now that it's
that show was fucking hilarious.
I started last night because the season premiere started. I said, all right, now that Quinta Brunson is a proven commodity, I will watch this show.
She's been around for like 12 years trying to make it.
I remember her on a Black Lady. Well, look, she's from Philly, yo. I can't trust it. I can't trust it.
Is she on a Black Lady Scott show as well?
No, she left to do.
She left to do Abbott Elementary. A great move.
Even if she didn't.
Again, like the Black Lady Sketch Show, first season was fucking terrible. Second season was actually very funny. I gave it a second.
Like I'm surprised
if it has a great third season.
Funny.
Look, if it has a great third and fourth season and is a proven commodity, as Michael would say, maybe I will watch it. No, wait, it's on HBO and that. It's got black in the title, nigga. They not nope, canceled. Black and ladies,
black and lady, right?
No,
skip the first. If you're gonna watch it, skip the first season.
No problem.
That's the first season.
Say less, my nigga. No problem.
And no one I ask can tell me why the first season was funny, even when they were like, I don't know. Sorry.
Look, I'm not mad at them. I hope it's good. But I do like Abbott Elementary. So
yeah, that's funny.
That show is actually legitimately hilarious. And it won a ton of awards, which was great.
Yeah. Hopefully Reservation Dogs will win a ton of awards also, which was the reason we started talking about Abbott Elementary. Yeah. Next up, a Scanners series is in development for HBO with David Body Horror Cronenberg producing.
Have you ever seen Scanners?
I have never seen Scanners. I'm trying to work up the mustard to watch his latest movie.
Nah, I'm out, yo.
I watched.
Like I really want to watch it, but
yeah, Crimes of the Future is fucking gross, and I couldn't finish it.
Wow, you couldn't fit? Nope, no, nigga. Nice try.
Like it's very boring. Like it's super boring, and then like it's also gross. You can't.
No. I want to see it too, but I was like, the way my stomach is set up, I'm not gonna make it. Like,
yeah.
So Terrence, you've seen Scanners?
No, I've never seen Scanners. No.
Really? Wow. Okay, that's allow me to give you an assignment for next week. You both should watch Scanners. Scanners is pretty fucking great. It's a great movie.
I think I know one scene from that movie.
Yeah, where the guy's head explodes.
Yeah, where the guy's head explodes.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty much the opening of the movie. They're like right. Cronenberg, like it's a product of its time, right? Because it's what 81. But like story wise, like it's an interesting story, but you could definitely see like, oh, with modern writing, this could be like really something like really special. But it's the special or the practical effects are fucking crazy. They are crazy good because Cronenberg is a fucking psycho. But it's cool. It's really cool. But go ahead. I'm surprised, Terrence, you hadn't seen it.
The official description of the series is set in the mind-bending world of David Cronenberg's seminal film. Pursued by relentless agents with unimaginable power, 2 women living on the fringes of modern society must learn to work together to topple a vast conspiracy determined to bring them to heel. All right. William Bridges, who has written for Black Mirror and Stranger Things, will serve as the writer, executive producer, and showrunner of the series. Jan Demange of 71 and Lovecraft Country fame will direct and executive produce via Wayward Films. Look, I'll if it's readily available somewhere, I'll go watch it. I need.
I was going to say it's probably on HBO Max. That's where I watched it. So just for people who don't know, so Scanners was originally released in 1981. The film followed a man who discovers he's one of 237 scanners, people with incredible psychic powers. After he is recruited by a private military contractor to stop an evil scanner named Revik, played by Michael Ironside, who is so fucking good in that movie. He's a great villain, man. He's a great villain. The film also starred Stephen Lack, Jennifer O'Neill, blah, blah, blah. It went on for cult status. There was like 4 sequels, and Cronenberg was not involved in any of them. Don't watch any of those movies. But yeah, it's Scanners is a wild fucking film, man. Like, it's fucked up. Like, that head exploding scene is like, oh, this is where we're starting. Like, that's a high bar to start a sci-fi movie, but it's fucked up. Like, I highly recommend it. I really do. It's a cool movie.
What movies have I seen?
Cronenberg's History of Violence.
Crimes of the Future, I've seen that. The Fly, Crash, Videodrome, I've seen that. History of Violence, seen that. I've seen a lot of his movies.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually surprised you hadn't seen Scanners.
Yeah, it's one of the few that I haven't actually seen.
Yeah, he's got a really twisted view of the world. Like, he really does, man. He really does. But that's why we like him. So, yeah, I look forward to that. Promises? What's that?
He did Eastern Promises? I didn't know that.
Yep. And History of Violence, which was also with Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
And William Hurt, the late, great William Hurt. That movie is weird. History of Violence is a fucking weird movie because it's like, everything is like generally fine, and then it gets insanely violent for no fucking reason. It's like, oh right, this is a David Cronenberg movie. Like, I forgot. Like the scene in the diner, which is just gross. Next up in topics, Warner Brothers Discovery is working on a Keanu Reeves starring sequel to Constantine. This came as a bit of a shock this week. There was a Constantine like movie or TV series that they were working on HBO Max. They just scrapped it and were like, "Nah, we're going to do a sequel to the Keanu Reeves movie back in 2005." Okay, I kind of begrudgingly liked that movie. Like, it's not the greatest, but I actually liked it.
My first introduction to the character of Constantine was this movie, and now that I've seen every other version of Constantine that is just damn near the polar opposite of what Keanu Reeves is, it's odd to me, right? Like,
a British blonde.
Yeah, in a tan coat, right? And then here's here's Keanu Reeves' Constantine. Is this, dark hair, dark coat? Like, I remember watching it. I think it's the first movie I ever saw Shia LaBeouf in.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
2005.
I mean, I don't remember liking. I don't remember hating it. I just remember it just kind of being there. Like, it's not one of Keanu Reeves' movies that I think is particularly memorable. Whenever I see the poster for Constantine, his Constantine, I think of Devil's Advocate.
Now that's a memorable movie.
Right.
Taste.
Who was supposed to be Constantine in this show that they scrapped?
I forget the actor's name, but he actually was like, yeah, like, best of luck, Keanu. Like, thanks for taking. It was
a black dude, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't think so.
Are you sure? I thought it was the dude from damn, what the hell was it? The French dude?
Omar
Marseille?
No, not that guy. He's Senegalese, by the way. He's not French. I mean, Matt Ryan played him in that series that they did, and then they brought him back for a couple of the shows. All right. I mean, whatever. Look,
the Constantine sequel is good news for Keanu Reeves, but bad news for diversity. Who the fuck was supposed to be playing him? J.J. Abrams. I think it was supposed to be a black dude. I know that much.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah. Then you know what?
Racist.
Well, here's the thing. Then it might be interesting, but it's not surprising that they were like, let's go back with Keanu Reeves. Do you think they know that Keanu Reeves is half Japanese? They're like, shit.
Nope. I don't think they know he's half Asian.
They were like, they snuck in diversity. God damn it. We were trying to eliminate it. Like, we didn't mean to pick him.
Like him being half Asian is literally the point of like his role in Always Be My Maybe.
Right, exactly.
But no, they don't know that.
No, they don't. Yeah, look, I don't mind this. Again, I sort of begrudgingly like that movie. I didn't know anything about Constantine when I saw it in 2005 either. Fine. Bring back all of the actors that were in that. Like, you probably can't bring LaBeouf back just because he's a dick. But like Desmond Hansu was in that movie. Like, yeah, fucking Gavin Rossdale was in it. Like, fine. Yeah. Peter Stormare as the devil. That was awesome. Yeah, bring him back. And was it Tilda Swinton was Peter or Gabriel? Gabriel, rather.
Gabriel.
Yeah, which was also pretty good casting. I like that. So, all right, works for me. It'll just be interesting to see what they do. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. Again, you're greenlighting a sequel to a movie. Like, are you building a universe? Like, you're just throwing shit at the wall. Like, was Keanu Reeves like, I really want to do another Constantine movie? Was he? That seems weird.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna shave. Is he gonna shave? I kind of like that scraggly bearded Keanu Reeves.
No, yo, he's too big now. Like, he's too big. Like, he's just on his Zen shit. Like, he's like, this is what the character looks like now. Like, the character's 50 years old and he looks like me.
He looks like John Wick.
You're right. Like, that's it. It's like Zazie Beetz. Hey, we got this new character for you. That's cool. You know, like, this is what the character looks like, right? Like, I'm not.
It's like, I got 1892. Like, yes, you're right.
Yeah, I got a blowout. Like, just gonna have to deal with that.
That's what it is.
Just put a hat on it. Like, she don't give a fuck.
Oh,
he's almost 60 years old. Jesus Christ.
You brought up Zazie Beetz. I cannot let.
Oh, you guys didn't talk about Atlanta. I haven't watched the new. I haven't watched the new season, unfortunately.
I cannot let this episode pass without telling you that the new season of Atlanta is on. The first episode, it's weird. It's Atlanta, right? Like, it's funny, right? But it's kind of like, oh, this is weird, right? It's like a Bermuda Triangle thing going on. The second episode of this season of Atlanta. I mean, look at me what I'm talking about. The second episode of this season of Atlanta is my favorite episode in the entire series.
Really? That good?
Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And you need to watch it. I'm talking to you. You looking at this camera right now. You
like, which camera am I? Am I this one? This one? Is the second episode, is that a sort of in-story one, or is that like the off-story?
You can skip the first episode. How about that?
But like in the previous season, it was like every other episode was an in-story, like the normal
with the cast,
with the cast story, and then the other episodes were just like whatever wackadoo fucking thing they came up with. The Trinity to the Bone episode was fucking hilarious.
Was out of control.
The first two episodes feature the cast.
They're both.
The previous season was like every other. Now, look, here's the dilemma, right? Here's the dilemma. The second episode is so good that if you are a completionist, you should watch the first one before the second one. Because if you watch the second one and then watch the first one, you're going to be like, what is this? What is this? Let me go back and watch the second one again.
is that good.
That's how good that.
I watched
to
it
me.
2 times in a row. when I like dead ass, I did because like I'm black. But
Like, because that, like, to me, one of the best episodes, at least for last season, one of the best episodes of last season was the one where the reparations episode. That episode
was really fucking funny. I know people was
awesome.
kind of like because what's his name was in it, but that shit was fucking funny, and he was funny
was good,
in it.
man. Yeah, it was. It was good.
The episode with oh no, I wasn't talking about. No, I'm talking about the one where black people are suing white people and getting reparations.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the.
You thinking the Kevin Samuels one? That one was good too.
The reparations one was funny.
Yeah. The Kevin Samuels one was like, look, I think that guy was an asshole. That episode was pretty goddamn funny. That panel, that shit was great.
This episode, like, it deserves an Emmy.
I love it.
Just because of it.
Okay.
Funny.
All right. I will try to watch it.
Well, you will definitely love it, Jay. I guarantee you this will probably be your favorite episode.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because black. Look, I love that show. My biggest issue with that show is that this is the last season. That's my biggest issue with the show. Like, we don't get sort of interesting, irreverent kind of commentary shows, black shows like this very often. And it sucks that these guys are gotten so good that they're just like, we have other projects. Like, we just want to go do other shit. And it's like, could you just do this for like 5 more seasons? Because you guys are really good at it. So, all right, cool. I will definitely try to watch through that. So next up, Warner Brothers Discovery has bigger problems than just trying to find a head of their DC shit. So there are many things that suck that are going on at Warner Brothers, but one of the big ones is, as this article in the Hollywood Reporter points out, quote, all the issues pale next to the biggest question hovering over any job at Warner Brothers Discovery. How long will this gig last? The company is grappling with a heavy debt load and skeptical investors. One former Zaslav executive recently received a letter from a due diligence firm on behalf of an unspecified client asking for his evaluation of Zaslav's leadership style, strategic plans, and likelihood of success. That could suggest various possibilities: a potential acquirer digging around, a potential shareholder sniffing for weaknesses, a hedge fund trying to place a bet. So the article goes on to basically say that Comcast owner Brian Roberts has been long speculated to be waiting to buy WB. And he's got all the money in the world. He already owns NBC Universal. And I think this was the plan all along. I think they brought it.
They put it, bring this dude in just to blow this fucking company up.
Yep.
Because that's what it feels like he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's
no like real direction.
Yeah, I think there is like partially like I kind of regret what I said about the Constantine thing. Like, they might not be building a universe of anything. They might just be like, we need to get a couple movies out with popular shit that we know will make money, so we can just keep the cash flow going while I cut the shit out of everything else that we're not sure is going to make a lot of money or hasn't historically made a lot of money, so that we can get the price and the company as lean as possible so that we can sell this off. I think that's what he was brought in to do. I think that's exactly what he was brought in to do. Look, that happens in companies all the time. Cut out all the fat you can, and then we sell it off to somebody else. I think that was the total plan. If NBC Universal buys this, that like from a consolidation standpoint, that is disastrous. Like,
Peacock is NBC, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're combining Discovery, HBO, and Universal, and Comcast, and Peacock, and all that all together into one mega fucking corporation. Is that going to even be allowed?
That's what I'm about to say. Like that. Is that not what a monopoly is?
I mean, it feels like it would be a pretty big violation of a monopoly.
Because not only do you have entertainment, you have internet, you have phone,
right?
Service. Yeah, you have all kinds of shit there. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. One company can't control your entertainment, news, internet,
right?
Like,
That's unacceptable.
It amazes me.
Like a bad idea.
Amazes me.
Yeah.
It amazes me that damn near every cyberpunk book talks about a dystopian future in which one corporation rules everything.
Yep.
And nobody cares.
Well, and it's weird, right? Because like, yes, you're correct about that, but like people do care to some extent, but they care about the wrong thing. How dare Disney own all of these movies? Like, that's not the important shit. Comcast is a much bigger deal.
Yeah, that's
like Disney's not trying to buy the lines you get the entertainment on, dude. What the fuck? So if I have Comcast, which I do, Comcast owns the lines in which I get my internet access or television. Then it owns my news through NBC, which means they also own MSNBC, right? Then you're talking about they also own significant parts of your entertainment. So even if you cut the cord and you're like, fuck that, I don't want regular cable news, they still own you to get news on the internet. That's a fucking problem. Forget,
these motherfuckers was trying to create fucking different lanes for internet.
Fast lanes and slow lanes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, years ago. So don't do
I don't.
That's not a good
You think they ain't going to do that again? You think they ain't
Right.
going to do that again?
Yeah, could you guys please get off your duff and make the internet a fucking utility, please? What is taking so long? Well, should we do it? It's fucking 2022.
Because guess what?
Yes.
Because guess what? They're going to make it difficult for Netflix to come to your house, but it's going to be super easy for Peacock to do it. And if Netflix has to pay more to Comcast to get those lanes open, Netflix certainly ain't eating that cost, right? Like Netflix is going to pass it down to us. And
that's going to cost $25 a month.
Right.
And that's when people are going to be like, no, I'm done.
But don't worry.
But what's the alternative? What's
right,
the alternative?
Comcast, nigga.
Cable?
Right. Yeah, they like, come on home now.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's fucked up. But that's exactly the problem, right? Like, because they do have you over a barrel. Look, quite literally, Comcast and Verizon did this to Netflix. Like, remember? Do you guys remember that shit? They were like, here's a premium cost, and people were like, what the fuck? Why is Netflix so slow? And Netflix was like, we had to pay a ransom, and then they paid a ransom, and literally their speeds changed overnight. And suddenly you could get 4K shit, no problems, or 1080p. So no, this is a disaster. It's a disastrous situation, but I would not be surprised if Brian Roberts from Comcast, this is the plan. I really wouldn't be. That's fucked up. I think it's fucked up. If you're going to get rid of Warner Brothers, Discovery, or whatever, sell it for parts then. Don't sell it all to one person. Like, that's fucked up. Like, let HBO, frankly, let HBO be its own thing. Just branch it off and let someone run it. Like, they don't need you. They don't need you, yo. People are willing to pay, because we'll talk about in the next story. People are willing to pay and subscribe to HBO on its own. They don't give a fuck about any of this other Discovery shit. They don't care at all. So, but yeah, I think he's a hatchet man. I think Zaslav is a hatchet man for hire. All those people were like cheering Zaslav, like he's gonna bring back the Snyder Cut. No, yo, he's not there for any of that shit. He's there to get money and then get the fuck out. I mean, he literally was like, we need to worry about, not green lighting basically all this woke shit. He's basically just like, quite literally, he used woke as a pejorative, which is like, you're a grown man, yo. You're a grown ass man. Knock that shit off. You're not an idiot on the internet. Or maybe you are.
I want to say it.
What was that word again? What was that word? I blame black people. But I think his sole thing is like, if you look at all the stuff they're greenlighting, it's all shit that they know makes money. And that's it. Like, just keep the company afloat while I cut all the shit that I'm not sure is going to make money. That's it. They're not going to take any risks over the next couple of years. And I think no negotiations can happen until April of 2024. You are not going to see any new, like, radical shit out of HBO or, WB Discovery anytime soon. So don't look for any reboots or anything. Like, they're going to just keep this shit running until 2024 and then be like, there you go. Get out of here. So best of luck. The second part to that story is license everything. WB is now saying basically, we're open for business. We will license all of our like major properties. They're even planning on licensing out the Cape Crusader animated series. Why would you not keep that in-house? They're just like, fuck it. Who gives a shit? They licensed out Lord of the Rings. But the wild thing is HBO and HBO Max before the Discovery merger, HBO and HBO Max alone had 76.8 million subscribers. Clearly keeping the shit in-house was working. But they're like, nah, fuck that. Don't worry about it. So why would people subscribe to this? If everything is on Netflix or fucking Amazon or whatever. So yeah, they're just this is how they're making money. They're just going to license all their shit off. They don't care about streaming. They just care about keeping as much cash flow going as possible. So
that's a lot of people, man. 76 million subscribers.
Yeah, just for HBO and HBO Max. That's it.
That's not bad at all. It's only been a thing for like 3 years, right?
Has it been 3 years?
2019?
Yeah.
I guess it started just as
it came out a year before the Snyder Cut came out. It came out a year before the Snyder Cut came out.
So there you go. That's
May
crazy.
27, 2020. I mean, the service is like the interface is trash. I hate it. I don't know if it's because I'm on Roku, but it's slow a lot. But like, it has everything on it.
Yeah, like
that you want to watch and shit.
Like 9 times out of 10, I'm like, I go to HBO Max before I go to Netflix or Hulu. So, licensing all of those things off, I think that is very silly. But yeah, as the article points out, like all of these other companies are like pulling everything in-house. Clearly, Disney is doing that and doing very well. They're not licensing any of their shit out. Everybody else is kind of pulling their shit home because they watch Netflix make a shit ton of money off of them. And now these guys are going the opposite route. Well, we're going to see which one works. Spoiler alert, I bet it's not this one.
Well, like you said, they don't really they don't really care, right? Like they're letting you have a taste of, hey, here's a taste of Batman. Hey, here's a taste of Lord of the Rings, right? I bet you wouldn't you like to have all of this, right? Like it's just kind of sad if you're like a movie person,
yeah,
to watch Warner Brothers just get kind of picked apart, yo. Like it's Warner Brothers, yo. Like
it's like one of the all-time big studios.
It's one of the most prolific movie houses there is, man.
Right.
And like it's just lying there dead and dying, and this dude is like a vulture, man. I don't know, it kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, it's a big corporation, and I guess it doesn't really matter because like there are more important things. But like for movie people, like I don't know, man. It's just kind of sad to see.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is going to be 100 years old next year.
That's crazy.
It's one of the
it's
oldest
time to die.
Yeah, is it going to make it?
They're going to do it's on its 100th anniversary. It's going to get sold to like multiple fucking entities. That's fucked up.
I mean, it seems like that.
That's unfortunate. Well, it had a long run.
It did. I don't think it's going to make it, man. I don't know how it could. Honestly, I really don't know how it could even have a chance with the way that they're behaving. And it just to me it feels like they're just fattening the goose up for the fucking slaughter, and that's fucked up. Micah, you sent me this story. Jesus Christ, what is happening over there? Speaking of Warner Brothers,
what? I saw bits and pieces of the trailer today, actually. And I'm like, so you just interspersing footage from old movies into your movie, nigga. What are you doing? I hope the movie fails. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm sorry.
Well, it gets crazier. It actually gets crazier. New Black Adam trailer taken down and corrected after backlash for using footage from the 2017 Justice League movie. Not the Snyder cut, the Joss Whedon cut. So apparently these people noticed like a moment in the trailer and they were like, that's not from the Snyder cut. Meh. Take it down. And they fucking tweeted at The Rock about this. One person, ironically named Normal Fan on Twitter.
Sure.
Yeah, bro.
Sure.
Okay, buddy. He tweets, this reason is enough for me not to watch Black Adam. One moment, a single still, because that's from the Joss Whedon cut. That was enough for him not to see it. Yeah, that's what a normal person would say. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
This is.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's an explosion, dude. Who cares?
Is that the Batmobile? I don't know, but you read it wrong, Jay. This reason is enough for me not to watch Black Adam.
Oh, sorry.
There's an extra two in there.
Sorry. My brain auto corrected. My bad.
What the fuck is it?
It's like an explosion or something that happens in the Whedon cut that's not in the Snyder cut. But okay, that would be weird enough that you're like, nah, I don't like that fucking moment. I don't even want to think about that movie existing. Nah, right? I can find the weirdness and laugh at that. What I don't find cool is that they tweeted that at The Rock and started complaining about it, and they corrected it. The Rock writes a tweet, quote, corrected. Fist jab? I don't know what's happening. Long before the world,
with a punch in the face.
All right, I'm so mad. Just watch my movie. Corrected, and then he fucking, hey, sorry about the Queen dying. Here's a trailer for Black Adam or whatever. Right? He gets right back to the marketing. But yeah, like they changed it. Why?
Here's the thing, Here's the thing.
You guys are such fucking pussies, man. You really are. Like you really are, man.
You're the boss. I'm looking. I clicked on.
Normal Fan is not a real person.
Yeah, I clicked on his this Twitter page. Like this is from September of 2021. What the fuck is this? Oh no, this is September 21st. Sorry. No, so this was today. Yeah, but. Yeah, everything is about Zack Snyder and shit like that. So
it's a bot.
It's a bot. Yeah.
Why do they keep falling for this shit?
Why do they keep falling for this shit?
Well, I mean,
what about this one? Let me check this one.
They're all.
I see one where this one guy is kind of hyping himself up that Henry Cavill is going to make a cameo in Black Adam, and for that person's sake, I hope he does, because suicide is a real problem, and I don't want this guy to fucking jump off a bridge because it seems like that's what he's going to do.
Like there's a woman in this picture holding up a sign that says "Make the Batfleck movie." They're not. They already made a new Batman movie. They're not making another one. Go touch grass, you fucking psycho. Jesus Christ.
None of these people are real.
But why
or if
is
they
this...
are, they're just
mental.
Clown accounts. Yo, how do you have HBO Max Justice League Snyder Cut as your background on your fucking on your Twitter page?
I mean, in all seriousness, like I think if these people are real, which I highly doubt they are, but if they are real, they may be neuroatypical.
All of them?
Well,
that's a bit weird.
Not all of them, but
what did they all quantum leap into the same fucking neighborhood? Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? These people are fucking mental, dude. They're mental. And I don't mean it in like, I need help. I mean they're fucking weird, dude. Like generally weird. Just general weirdness. Obsessive fucking weirdo. Oh shit, this guy's got a video. Oh no, he's a real person.
Oh man.
All right, so that one guy is actually real. That's cool. This one guy is real. Good for you. Like you're obsessed, and I think you need to go outside. But at least you're a real person. Those other people are not real people; they're bots.
Here's the thing: I don't even think like this movie's going to make a lot of money.
Oh, it'll do incredibly well.
And I hope it's good. I genuinely do. I think I'm more annoyed by like these fans than this actual movie itself.
Yeah, they're the worst.
But
no. I'm as far as this movie goes, I'm more annoyed by the movie than the fans because I don't think the fans care about this movie. This movie in particular, I don't think they care.
The person that cares highly
more
annoyed
about this movie than anyone else is The Rock.
Well, yes, and I am highly annoyed at his like aggressive marketing. Right, like I'm highly annoyed by his aggressive ass marketing.
It's fucking irritating.
I just want the fucking movie to come out right now. I just want the movie to come out, good, bad, or indifferent. Just come out so I could stop. You know, like every time this nigga speaks, he's got to say, you know, Black Adam coming out like in a month. Like I don't
know if you guys know the Man in Black is coming. That's not a thing.
So I can stop hearing him call Black Adam the Man in Black. He's not Johnny Cash.
Yo, it's weird. Yo. It's a weird statement.
And he's not wearing black. He's wearing gray. But okay.
The Man in Gray doesn't really work as well.
The Gray Man.
That was not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
But
it was fine.
The aggressive marketing is just kind of plucking my nerves, and stuff like this where it's, well, we're doing it for the fans. Yo, you can't. This is the Tony Khan way of booking shit, right? Like you can't just cater to the fan base because the fan base doesn't know what it wants until you give it to them. And then they decide, oh, okay, well, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. Right.
Also, it's 5 fucking weirdos, dude. It's 5 of them, yo. It's not tens of thousands, yo. It's 5 of them. Right. Apparently, these morons can't figure out what a bot is. Click on the account. If every fucking tweet is about the same thing, it's a bot. It's a bot, motherfucker. It's a bot. It's a bot. It's not that hard to understand.
It's weird.
They're just like, right? We got 10 tweets. I guess it's real. What the Fine. We'll send you 10 tweets. Stop fucking doing this. Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous.
Like, you gotta see the forest through the trees, right? Like you can't pay attention to each individual, like account, right? Like,
ignore it.
You guys are professionals, man. Like, you guys are professional, like, movie producers.
Are they?
I mean,
they produce movies.
By the technical definition of what a professional is, which is a person that gets paid to do something.
I'm a professional screenwriter.
Then yes, they are professional movie producers. Like they should be able to have enough confidence. And it's a trailer, It's a trailer. Like,
yeah, you'll be fine.
It's a trailer that's showing something that is indecipherable. It's indecipherable, Like,
it's weird to me, yo.
What it is? But a bunch of rocks blowing up.
Like, okay. So hold on. This is a, like. And I generally don't like to pump other people's things on here, but I do think like he did a really good job. Movie Bob did a whole thing about like a 2-part series called "The Internet is Stupid," right? And it was very good. And he makes this point of like, how are you guys still falling for these bots? Like, it turns out not a lot of people actually really gave a fuck about the Snyder Cut. No shit, dude. It was just a bunch of bots, and they were screaming at you. Ignore it. Ignore it.
It's Ben Carson. Like, Ben Carson is a brilliant brain surgeon. They don't know how to use the internet. That's what it is. These are a bunch of old motherfuckers that don't know how to use the internet. They see 2 things. They see 2 tweets. And they're like, oh, they don't like what we're doing. But that's like, they're the loudest. Like, those 2 dumb tweets are the loudest tweets for some reason. They don't like go through. Like, we just clicked on those fucking Twitter accounts. And you can clearly tell they're crazy.
Yeah,
they don't do that. They just saw the tweet and they're like, "Oh shit!" 3 tweets.
They don't even see. They don't even see the tweets.
Does The Rock know how to use Twitter? I'd be like, fuck off.
No, that nigga knows how
at
to
least-
use. Well, somebody
he-
in his camp knows how to.
they
use
know how
Twitter.
to use
Yes,
Twitter.
like, maybe he doesn't personally, because I'm like, no,
God
I'm
save
not
the Queen.
changing.
Go
So
see Black Adam this Friday.
like, it's weird. Like, they don't know they don't know how to use the internet properly. That's
Well,
all it is.
And it's not even that they don't look at the tweets. They just see something is trending. That's enough. They're like, oh, it's
I don't
trending.
think that's
Oh,
trending.
no,
Was
don't
it?
want it. Who knows? Who the fuck?
What was the hashtag for those? What's the hashtag for those tweets?
Hashtag rocks blowing up. Not a fan. Like, what are we
There's
talking
no
about?
hashtag.
It's
There's
but
no
it's
hashtag.
ridiculous. Yeah, like
There's
I
no
just don't
hashtag.
understand
They're
how a
just
couple of
doing
tweets
nonsense.
is making a multi-billion-dollar business bend. That's insane to me. Can you imagine what the MCU would look like if they listened to every moron who runs a Marvel Instagram account?
You wouldn't have Chris Evans as
You wouldn't.
Captain America. Remember
Fuck,
that shit?
Yeah, fuck no.
She-Hulk wouldn't be on the air. You
No.
wouldn't have got you wouldn't got any of these shows.
No.
If
And-
you listen
and-
to anyone on the internet.
And look, spoiler alert, all these motherfuckers are going to be super quiet when Black Panther comes out and all the fucking next phase shit starts rolling out where you actually get to see what's happening. All of them be like, the MCU's back. They were listening to us. They were never listening to you. They were never listening to you. You're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. You're in your mom's basement making stupid YouTube videos like us. Like Sideshow Bob. I am aware of the irony of saying that on television. So, but you're not being listened to. And I don't understand why Warner Brothers, of all companies, they can't get their shit straight. What the fuck are you listening to these idiots
So
for?
Warner Brothers let Restore the Snyderverse blow up their entire fucking company.
It kind of did. It
Because
cost them all
spent
$100 million.
$100 million altogether to re-release that fucking movie, and no one watched it. Or no one finished it.
Yeah.
And
Oops.
since then, it's just been fucking like, it was already kind of going downhill, but since then, it's just been nothing but like just bad news for the last like year and a half because of that shit.
They
So
cannot.
they let Twitter blow their whole company up. Good job.
And look,
That's why I say they don't know how to use it.
And maybe the best thing for DC, honestly, is, in my opinion, the best thing for DC is let Amazon come in and buy DC. Warner Brothers, whatever they do, let someone else come and buy DC and just start the shit over. That's the only way you're going to ever get rid of this Snyder Cut shit. We're done. We're not doing it. We're doing a full reboot. That was their thing. This is our thing. Done. Until somebody does that, you will never get past this shit. You'll never get past it. Because they begrudgingly like, oh, we don't want the toxic fan base. Ooh, but the money, the fucking hashtags, we want all that shit. Ignore it. Hard cut, move on. But they can't.
But they're not getting any money from that.
I don't get it either. I don't get it either.
Losing them money.
I don't get it
They
either.
lost $100 million on a movie that they just. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that fucking Wonder Woman 84 came out, which was
A turd.
unfortunate.
That was a turd.
No,
No,
they're just fucking up all around. I don't understand that shit at all.
yeah,
I don't-
they're just in shambles. But I think they lost their confidence. Like when all of that shit started bombing, they just lost their confidence, and they've been scrambling ever since. There is a part at the end of this article that I thought was funny. In a telling sign of how far the studio is looking to distance itself from Snyder, a source says a documentary filmmaker, Leslie Iwerks, recently asked to license clips from the 2021 Justice League film for a film on the history of DC, and was told there is only one Justice League, the 2017 incarnation. So they're like, no, Snyder Cut doesn't count. It doesn't count. So again, then why did you change it? Why did you change it? You're pussies, dude. You're fucking cowards. You're cowards. You're cowards.
Oh, man.
Tell us motherfuckers to go pound sand and move on. Or don't say anything. Hey, there's rocks blowing up in a movie I didn't like. All right, don't go see the movie, nigga. Bye. Like,
That's
cares?
weird.
and guess what? They're
They
going to
really
see it anyway.
changed it for that.
You're the Rock. You're supposed to be tough. You should have been like, I'll challenge you to a deadlift contest. Fuck out of here. just ignore him. Like, get out of here. Just throw that guy through a window. All right. What the fuck brought to you by JTD of the Edit That Out podcast.
A company installs cameras in toilet booths to monitor employees' toilet breaks.
Man,
It's time to get a new job.
Japan.
It's time to get a new job. Where's this at? What?
I think Terrence 100% correct.
What'd you say?
I said Japan.
It's China. A Chinese company has come under fire for installing surveillance cameras above the toilet booths so it could monitor employees during their toilet breaks.
To do
toilet use to make sure they're not doing what I do, sitting there for 15 minutes because you don't feel like going back to work. Toilet use during work hours has been a controversial topic in China for quite a while now. In the past, we've written about companies that cut employee salaries for spending too much time in the toilet.
Yo, come on.
That fined workers for using the toilet more than once a day. No. That's ridiculous.
Come on, yo. That's crazy.
And even a company that installed timers on their toilet booths. But none of these examples come close to the solution of one technology company in some province that I'm not going to try and pronounce, which reportedly installed cameras above the booths of its employees' bathrooms to monitor phone use during the bathroom breaks and to, get your scatological porn on, I guess. Photos captured from the footage in the bathroom cameras recently made their way to Chinese social media. I didn't think Chinese social media was a thing. I thought all that stuff was relegated through the government. Where they quickly went viral. Wasn't long before someone recognized the background of the bathroom as Chinese Aviation Lithium Battery Technology Company Limited in Xiamen, a state-owned company specializing in the production of lithium batteries. Nah, yo.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thanks.
Wow. Yeah, here are the fucking pictures, man. Here are the fucking pictures. People just taking a shit on the toilet, looking at their phone, doing what everybody does, right?
It's called quiet quitting. No, leave them people alone, yo. That's what they're supposed to do, yo. Come on.
Nah, it's time to get a new job, yo. It's time to get a new job. Maybe, you never know. Maybe there's something in the air in the lithium battery company that, you work at a battery factory, yo.
You should be able to go take a shit for 20 minutes. Like, leave them people alone. That job sucks. I guarantee you it does.
China, man. Where else are you going to go? To Apple factory making iPhones.
Jump out the window, laying on the net, throw your ass right back in there.
These people look way too old to be building iPhones.
Little hands.
It is true that two of the people appear to be holding a lit cigarette in their hands, but then again, they were all using smartphones as well. So they're saying that these people, they're smoking, so you're not supposed to do that. So that's why we did it, because they're smoking in the bathroom. Smoking in the bathroom.
Shut up.
Nah, yo, it's time to find a new job. Get out of here. This is ridiculous. I can't imagine living in China. I can't imagine, as much as I know myself, I'm like half a weeb. I would never want to live in Japan or China or something like that. I just would never want to live there. I would visit.
Visit. Absolutely.
And I wouldn't. Yeah, I would visit, but I wouldn't. I would never want to live there.
No, I don't need that. I don't need that hassle. I don't. No. I don't need people to be like, oh, there he is,
Kobe Bryant.
I don't need that.
I thought you were dead. All right.
I'm not. Sugar. I'm on vacation. I faked my death like Tupac. Yeah, no thank you. Terrence, you're up.
Okay. Meet the strange tribe where boys eat foreskin of their penis after circumcision. Because, of course.
Philadelphia.
Being a man is no easy task, but back in the days, transitioning from boy to man was an even harder task.
Wait, hold on. Is this in the New York Post?
No, it is. It is not. I think they meant that like literally.
Israel.
This is some. I don't know where the fuck it is. Actually, I haven't read far enough. This is as some cultures practice unconventional rites of passage from boyhood to manhood. And the example is the. Oh, okay. This is. You two guessed already?
I gave a stupid guess.
You said Israel.
somewhere in Africa. This is somewhere in Africa.
It's Australia. Australian Mardujara Aborigines tribe. The rites of passage for males consist of 2 parts: circumcision and subincision. I don't know
what that is. Don't like it.
Terrible.
Yeah, don't like it.
In this tribe, a boy of around 15 to 16 years old is ready to become a man and has to go through this painful ritual. This begins with the elders taking the boy to the fire. Yeah, that's a little wild.
No,
like at that point, like me and my foreskin would be like,
what the heck? Look up what subcision was. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait, what?
No, I just looked up what subincision was.
Oh no, you wild. No, I'm not googling
that. This begins with the elders taking the boy to a fire, and they have him lie down next to it.
No.
Okay, that sounds terrible. The young man is surrounded by other members of the tribe, some of whom sing and dance, while others, called mourners, cry. Yeah, I don't need the niggas dancing on one end and crying on the other side while I'm laying down next to a fire, knowing they're about to cut my dick off or whatever fucking nonsense they're about to do. Then the circumcision begins. This involves the tribal elder in charge of the circumcision sitting on top of the boy's chest, facing his penis.
That's called the first cowgirl. Please get off of me. Get off of me.
The young man is given a boomerang to bite. This is just.
Yo, come on. Yo, what the fuck? Did a kangaroo give him the boomerang?
That's the most Australian shit I've ever heard. Here, take a bite of this boomerang. No, yo, no.
Here, bite down on this boomerang while I cut your dick off. That sounds offensive as fuck. Like I could.
It sounds like it sounds like an American making fun of people in Australia.
I'm saying like a bunch of racist white people in a writer's room because they're Aborigines, first of all, so they're black,
right? And then they bite down on a boomerang. Like, come on, yo! Like, don't do that.
Then this elder pulls up the foreskin, twists it, and two other persons cut it off with knives.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Next, the boy is told to kneel on a shield that's placed over the fire so the smoke can rise up and purify his wound. Nigga, what?
No.
There's more? Then the weirdest part of the ritual begins. This is where the boy is given his freshly removed foreskin to swallow without chewing.
But why, though?
As soon as this is done...
Oh shit!
You get some water with it?
Nah, all dry, dog. Don't worry about it.
Spring water. As soon as this is done, the boy is told that he has now eaten his own boy, which will grow inside him, making him a strong man.
It's not really how muscle building works, but okay.
This does not mark the end of the ritual, as there is another. Yo, what the fuck is going on?
I quit,
how have you just not passed out from pain? First of all,
well, you bit down on a boomerang, so you're probably okay.
God damn it.
The end? They get a blooming onion at the end.
God damn it.
I'm trying to finish this shit because it's not done yet. This does not mark the end of the ritual, as there is another stage called the subincision.
Oh my god!
Subincision happens a few months after the circumcision, where the young
there's more. How, yo? How?
Let me tell you something, yo. I saw a picture of what a subincision was.
Oh my god!
Do they show a picture of what the subincision is?
No, they do not.
First of all,
they're explaining it.
Don't look it up. Okay, look. Let me describe it to you. I haven't read what. Let me describe it to you. It kind of look. You know what a cleft palate is?
Yes.
Imagine that on your dick. That's what a subincision is.
I don't need that.
Subincision happens a few months after the circumcision, where the young man is taken to a fire again, and this time a small wooden rod is inserted into his urethra to act as a backing for a knife. The knife is used to make a split in the underside of the penis from the frenulum.
Why?
Nope. Fuck off. Good night. Go ahead, Jay. I'm done. No.
JG, you really outdid yourself, man.
Yeah, dude.
You can go fuck yourself, nigga. That was awful,
Yo,
cut your dick off
when you said, "Do they get a blooming onion?" I was done. That was top tier. That was great. No, that's like the most offensive article to people in Australia. Like that shit was like, it just sounded made up after a while.
That's insane.
And then a kangaroo, a dingo shows up and fucking,
the kangaroo kicks you in the nuts after you get your fucking sub-incision done. Like, because why the fuck not?
They're there.
Christ.
Oh, my story. So my story kind of gives away the location. It's kind of important. So this takes place in Gambia. Since so it's sex tourism. This African nation is fed up with UK grandmas hunting for toy boys. Since the 1990s, Gambia has become a preferred destination for European women seeking sexual pleasure from available African toy boys. It all started when international travel agencies from the UK introduced cheap package tours to the tiny West African country. After more than 30 years of receiving thousands of middle-aged women that arrived with sex tourism intentions, the Gambian government is tired of these UK women. Now the former British colony is seeking to attract quality visitors as its tiny African nation works to change its reputation as a sex tourism destination. Apparently, these Gambian men who are used for sex tourism, they're called bumsters. I don't know why they're not called he who blows backs out, but that's what. But bumsters are what they're called. Look. I think this is kind of fucked up, but at the same time, these dudes make like £1,500. They get paid like around £1,500 to fuck these white women brains out for a couple days. I mean, they're not the best looking, that's for sure. Like, I feel like you find a couple of decent ones, right? Like you probably
not in these pictures. Nah,
not here. But like, I feel like on occasion you get you probably get a good one here, right?
Look at this nigga's face in the last picture. He's like,
It's like
dumb shit.
Like, I hope it was worth it. Like, this is the worst episode of Black ever.
This is unfortunate.
I mean, it is kind of fucked up because
it's super fucked up.
Like,
they're exploiting these niggas.
Yeah, they're exploiting these young dudes. And like, look, man. That dude don't want to have sex with your UK grandma. Like, he don't. But he will. Because, like, niggas trying to get paid. Like, I get it.
The first one, this chick ain't got no ass. The second one,
just none.
This woman looks like she's in her 70s. Third one, I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
What is that?
And
what is that?
70? One, he just looks so fucking like.
Yeah, like he looks like off camera, like just below the camera. Like, you see where her arm is. It looks like she's got a gun pointed to his dick, and he's just like, "You better fucking smile while we take this picture. I'll blow your fucking dick off."
She was like, "You ever heard of Akon? You want to be Akon? You do what I tell you to do." That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
It is fucked up, yo.
Like, because
this is a.
Like, they're stigmatized, right? Like, but like Africans are stigmatized anyway of being like, HIV and like they're, with these poor countries and everything else. But when Europeans want to go over there to get their rocks off, they have no problem in doing this, right? Like, I think that's fucked up. Also, What's that 70-year-old grandma doing over there? You trying to get hurt? You trying to get hurt? Like, knock it off. Don't do that. Stay your ass in Britain somewhere. Like, just knock it off. But yeah, these white women, they out there. So, look, shout out to these dudes. Hopefully they're staying safe. And hopefully they get a nice looking woman at some point, and it's not just a bunch of who the fuck cares looking ass European women. That's sad. That's fucked up. But apparently, like, STD rates are crazy high. Like, either these European women are bringing it over to them, like, ironically, for all the shit that's talked about them, or they're just having sex with, like, these men without protection and then bringing it back to Europe. And I'm like, all right, I get going there and getting your fuck on. Like, again, there's some fucked up aspects of that, but you just letting niggas raw dog you? Like,
that's nuts.
That's crazy. I get it. I've been humping black chairs for 20 years trying to buy a ticket, but, like, you gotta relax. Like, that's crazy, man. That's absolutely nuts. But look, again, grandma, don't go over there. You ain't ready for what's about to happen to you. Like, knock that shit off. So there you go. Trailers this week. Hellraiser. Terrence, tell us why you're watching it, and I will agree with you on all parts and tell you that I'm not watching it for those exact
reasons. Oh, it looks good. I don't remember a lot of the original Hellraiser, to be honest with you, like the first one. But this looks like a cool reboot.
Quality-wise, it looks good.
Yeah, like Hulu is kind of, they're doing their thing lately.
Yeah.
It does look a little too clean for a horror movie to me. But it's a horror movie. I like horror movies. I'm going to check it out. And I think people angry because it's a woman in general.
There were a couple people who had a problem with it, but I think largely people are just like, shut up. We haven't had a good Hellraiser movie since forever. Just shut up. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It looks cool. I don't know how good it's going to be because, like, a lot of horror movies, like American horror movies in general, they haven't been that great.
Yeah,
in a long time. Like, if you want good horror movies, you got to get, like, the foreign shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good though. Yeah, I hope so. When does it come out?
So, yeah. I've always thought that Pinhead was a truly frightening looking, like, monster.
Yeah.
And the fact that, correct me if I'm wrong, this has, like, religious aspects to it, is terrifying to me. Like, religious horror, like The Exorcist and shit like that.
Yeah, that shit actually freaks me out too.
Yeah, The Exorcist is one of my favorites. I love that movie. It's one of the scariest movies to me personally of all time.
Yeah, like stuff like that that's what genuinely freaks me out. Like ghost shit and, like, religious horror, I can't deal with. I can deal with, like, blood and shit. Like, that's fine. Good old fashioned, a good old fashioned hatchet man named David. That's fine. Right. But I'm not going to check out this new Hellraiser because
it looks too good.
Pinhead just.
I'm good.
Can't do it.
Yeah, I think the designs look really great, and, like, of the other Cenobites, like, it does look good, but, like, that's the exact reason I don't want to see it. Because as I've stated on the show, I'm a fucking coward when it comes to this shit. No, thank you. I'm trying to go to sleep tonight. Like, I don't even like looking at this trailer, to be frank, to be quite frank. But yeah, best of luck when that comes out. I'd love to hear your opinion on it. I'll never see it. So shout out to you. Next up, last but not least, Knock at the Cabin. This is M. Night Shyamalan's new movie.
I heard it too, Terrence.
Did I mispronounce his name too?
Yes, you did. But I'll give you a pass on this one because it's like a weird foreign name.
Yeah, whatever.
I think you said M. Night Shyamalan. What did you say?
Shyamalan?
M. Night. Yeah. There you go. You said Shyamalan, and that's not it.
M. Night.
Shyamalan. Yo, we've known this nigga for 23 years. Like, we know. We've been saying his name since 99.
I've been saying it wrong since 99, I guess. I don't. I like the premise of this. I'm a little weary of the Dave Bautista like I need to wear glasses in all of my movies thing. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Because he wants to play a smart character.
Is he smart?
Here's the thing about this.
I like that guy though, man. I like him a lot.
The trailer's dope.
It's a good trailer.
I want to see it. I want to see it. And then I'm like, but it's M. Night Shyamalan. I don't trust this nigga. But then I found out it's a book.
Yeah, it's based off of a book.
So now I'm like,
I do know a few things about the book. Yeah.
I like Jonathan Groff. He's great and everything.
Yes, he is.
Batista looks like he's like, I don't know how I'd feel if Batista knocked on my fucking cabin door talking about some wild shit. I'd feel a certain way about that.
Yeah, Batista looking like a Mormon.
Yeah. Right. I'd be like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, he shows up. Cool. I'm killing you first. Big man got to go down first. Like, we can deal with the rest of y'all. Yeah, it's an interesting premise where they basically come and they're like, you need to make a choice to save the world or whatever from Armageddon. Okay.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. This trailer, like every M. Night Shyamalan trailer looks super interesting.
Yeah, they're always good concepts.
Every M. Night Shyamalan movie underwhelms, except for maybe the first time you watch The Sixth Sense. And this is based on a book, which means 90% of it is going to be very good. And then the last 10% is going to be, they won't be able to stick the landing because that's what horror books do. Like Stephen King has praised the book.
Does that, I'm about to say.
He praised this book, and Stephen King makes 90% of a great story and then fumbles the ending at the fucking 1 yard line. And now two things are going to happen. I don't know the ending to this. I can probably guess what the decision is, right? Mm-hmm. But it's either A, going to follow the book, or B, be something totally off the wall. Now, I think the story is that the big decision, I mean, it's obvious somebody's got to die, right?
Obviously.
Right. So the question is who dies? And you got a nice, innocent looking kid there. I mean, if I'm them 4 Mormons, I see 2 strapping dudes and a child. If I got to kill one of them, I'm going to go for the child, right? Like, because it's probably going to be the easiest, right? So it's either going to be that or it's going to be something totally different. It's either going to be that really sad ending or like a super happy ending that that probably won't fit. So
no, I think
I want to watch this. But
I don't think that's the twist. I think the twist is whether or not the Armageddon thing is real. That's the twist. And I think the twist is it is real. And then they're not going to make the choice and then the world is going to end. They're going to be like, nah, this is crazy. And they're going to eventually convince these psychos, like, all right, or stop them. And then they're going to be like, all right, nothing happened. And then it's like, oh, right, the world did end. You should have done the choice. The big demon comes out.
I feel like I've seen that in a movie before.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the exact type of ending that people would go, oh. Okay.
I don't know. You brought up Stephen King, and the one movie that I think took his book, it was basically with the shorts, The Mist. Have you seen The Mist?
The Mist. I love The Mist.
It's one of my favorite movies. The Mist doesn't follow his ending because he didn't have one.
Right.
In that short
he just kind of ended it. Right.
Yeah, yada.
Right.
Frank Darabont was like, no, we need an
actual ending. Right. He was right there, and then he dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love The Mist. Man, I might have to rewatch The Mist.
I've seen that movie, I've seen it at least 10 times. I really enjoy that movie. But yeah, hopefully it's that. If the ending to the book is trash, hopefully he's able to do something like that. But it's M. Night. Like I've seen the majority of his movies, and that's why when I saw it was him, I'm like, "Yo, this looks so cool," and I'm like, "But it's this nigga." And then I was like, "Oh," and then somebody was like, "It's based off a book." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So he may not fuck it up, but then I'm like, "Oh, but like directors sometimes take liberties with the books and their endings,
Yeah,
so he still might fuck it up."
So, yeah, that Philadelphia like pride is gonna kick in, and he's gonna fucking change it, and like everything that Philadelphians do, they're gonna mess it up.
It's true.
Oh, terrible ass city! Get out of here!
Fucking the happening.
Ain't nothing but
the trees. Because it's trees.
What? What?
That's the worst idea for a movie I've ever heard. Quite
the trees. No, that's the one line I remember from The Happening. No, that old lady accused Mark Wahlberg of like being on PEDs, and he was like, "No." All right, yo. All right.
I hope it's good because it looks interesting.
It does. I think it's a good trailer. I'm
assuming they're a gay couple. Do you think it's going to have to? Is that going to play into? Because again, I don't know shit about the book.
Yeah, no, they are a couple. They are a couple.
They adopted a little Asian girl.
Yep.
Which seems like
it's like Modern Family. That's literally it's exactly the same characters. All right, we'll see. You guys let me know. I'm not gonna pay to see an invite. I'm good.
It ain't coming up till February. Like, why the fuck would you show me the trailer now for this movie? It's not coming up till February.
It's a Valentine's movie. That's great. Wonderful. Sounds great.
Yeah.
February 3rd. All right.
I'm good.
It's too close to January.
No, it's different now. February is a good month for a movie to come out. Everyone knows that. Especially a movie like this. He'll get back on top eventually, guys. You just keep hope alive, right? Because he did
old. That movie he did like last year.
No, but it was a couple years ago.
I didn't hear anything about that movie.
Apparently, it wasn't very good.
Apparently, that movie had like. Apparently, that movie had like children in it, and everyone is aging up, and then they had a sex scene between the kids who were in like teenage bodies but still had the mental capacity of 6-year-olds.
I don't like that. I don't care for that.
Yeah, yo, like I don't like that shit either, man. Like, so once I read that, I was I obviously wasn't reading it, wasn't going to watch it anyway if I decided to read the plot, because I'm always curious about an M. Night Shyamalan plot. I just don't want to sit through the fucking. I don't want to put in the work.
Do you want to hear what the ending to Old was?
What was it?
I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna watch it either. So, spoiler alert for Old. It came out in 2021. Wow, that really was last year. That's crazy. It felt like that movie came out like 4 years ago. It is revealed because like everybody is aging, right? They're like accelerated aging.
Yeah.
It is revealed that the resort is a front for a research team from a pharmaceutical company, Warren & Warren, which was conducting clinical trials on new medical drugs, which are administered to guests with medical conditions by spiking their drinks. Since the beach naturally accelerates the lives of the guests, the researchers have been able to complete the lifelong drug trials within a day. The researchers lure a new group to the beach, but are interrupted by blah, 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 who will survive, blah, 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 blah. So the island does, in fact, make you old, but it's also a research facility for medical drugs.
So they use the island for clinical trials.
That's stupid.
The process.
That's stupid. So the island was magical. Like the island.
So which one is the twist? The island being fucking magical, or is it the evil fucking pharmaceutical company?
Yeah, what the? Who cares about the pharmaceutical company? Why is the island making people old?
I don't know.
Like that's the thing that the movie needs to address. Why are people becoming old?
Maybe it does. I'll never know. I'll never know.
Now I feel like I have to watch the movie just to figure out if that's what's the more important part of this movie.
Okay.
The fucking island making you old, or like the commentary on pharmaceutical companies.
That's not even a twist, yo. That's just like tacked on 11th hour commentary.
No, that's a twist. That's a twist. It's a twisty twist. It's a twist.
That's like saying at the end of The Sixth Sense, right? Like, we find out that, like, one corporation is about to buy another corporation. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with the kids? Dead people,
I see dead people. And by the way, Warner Brothers is being bought out by Comcast. Like, oh, thank you. That's really irrelevant to anything I give a fuck about.
What? Okay, I'm just gonna read the fucking Wikipedia.
All right.
Everybody
pull a tiara. Read the Wikipedia.
I think that's the best course of action for all M. Night Shyamalan movies at this point. Is just to read the Wikipedia.
Yeah, save yourself a couple of dollars.
Because god damn.
Oh, and by the way, Terrence, if you're wondering, Old is also based on a book. So there you go. But hey, it made money. It had a budget of $18 million. It made $90.2 million. So that's why he gets to do another movie.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Okay.
All right, there you go. In a fit of rage, someone develops a stomach tumor. Okay, cool. Thanks. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? What is happening in that movie? All right, that's it for us. We will see you guys next week for another episode.
See you
later.